All right, Judo Sailor here for a quick unboxing, my first unboxing actually, of this Craftsman 2-tool combo kit with their brushed drill driver and their brushed impact driver, both in their V20 line lithium ion, 20 volt lithium ion. Gonna do this unboxing, gonna share with you a little story and maybe some tips and tricks that you didn't know about how you can get an even better deal on this than the already kind of amazing sales price that it was at. And then at the very end, I'll talk a little bit about myself, this channel, if it even is a channel, what I might be doing with it, if it's worth watching, that kind of stuff. But I figure the thing you're most interested in, the reason you probably clicked, is the unboxing. So I'm gonna save all that other stuff to the end, and I'm gonna give you right up front what you came from. So here it is. Now, this is on sale. It's been on sale lately at Lowe's and other places for $99. Marked down from, I want to say, $169. I know that was at least the case at Ace, which is where I ended up getting this from. Already a great deal for this, and I decided to go ahead and get this. I watched a bunch of reviews, and I'm an old school Craftsman guy, and yes, I know Craftsman went through some dark days during the downtime of Sears and when everything was made in China and whatnot, and I know this probably still is too, but when Stanley Black & Decker bought them out, I believe they've been improving their quality, and so I've given them another look. You can see in my last video I bought their 216 piece mechanics tool set in their Versa Stack box. I'm really happy with it so far. I haven't used it very much, of course, but just looking at it, I'm really happy. And so I noticed that their brushless drill, their hammer drill, that reviewed amazing. A bunch of channels reviewed it and thought it was fantastic. This got a little more mixed reviews. Den of Tools didn't like it at all, but Redemption Garage, shout out to both of those channels that I like and follow. They tested both of these, and they looked like they did great, especially for me, a simple DIYer. So here it is. Got it at Ace for $99, and I'll tell you a little bit why I got it there after we do the unboxing. I haven't opened this at all, and also I'm inside. It's super hot out, and I'm working on my shop. I'm trying to improve my shop. In fact, I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but right now it's kind of a mess still. So I'm just inside in the bedroom here using this old kind of shelving unit that we're doing something with to hold it. But here you can see, so it's the drill and the impact driver. You know, maybe I'll throw up take a picture and throw up a screenshot of all this stuff so you can kind of read it. But let's do it. Let's go ahead and open it and see. So there we go. Just I do have nice knives, actually. I just didn't grab one before I did this, so using the old scissors right there. But at any rate, let's go ahead and do it. Let's pull it out and see. Okay, so how's this? Okay, so first we have obviously one of the batteries. So, you know, feels solid, it's nice. It's just a battery, I don't know what we're expecting. And honestly, it's literally the first time I've ever done an unboxing video, so I'm a little unsure what to do other than to actually unbox it. So, looks like everything's kind of in a tray this way. So let's go ahead and pull that out and we'll see. So, hang on a tick. There we go. All right, so here is the storage bag that it comes in. All ready, zipped, closed. Nothing inside here. I mean, it's not lined or anything like that, as you can see. It's not horrible though. I mean, for a free bag, it's not like super thin material. I don't know quite what to compare it to. It's definitely thicker than your average recyclable grocery sack. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to keep them in here. I am probably going to keep them just in the shop or in the toolbox or whatever. But I suppose if I want to take it somewhere, this might be worth using. So, all right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get rid of the box. Actually, one other thing I will say about this that was on here, it does have the VersaTrack compatibility. You know, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever use that. I don't have the room for a system like that. Already, even the mechanics tool set I got was the Versa Stack, and I'm not even using that. I took the drawers out and just used the drawers as the organizers in my regular like metal tool chest. So I'm probably not going to use that, but if that's of interest to you, it does have that capability. All right, so got the manuals. Ooh, thick, man. A lot of stuff. That's probably just because they're in like 5 different languages, but so you got those. I don't know, the fine print, right? I don't know. Does anyone read those? I probably don't. Here's the charging station. Oh, and I just dropped a bit, so we'll just stick that there for the moment. So here's the charging station. Not too bad. I mean, I don't know. I've had some of these before that felt extremely cheap and some that felt really sturdy and solid. This one, probably somewhere in the middle. Does not feel extremely cheap, but not super duper solid. So here's the other battery. That was the other cool thing. Comes with 2 batteries. Now, they're, I think they're only the 1.5 amp hour. I'm trying to see if it says that on there. So 1.3 actually amp hours. So definitely just a DIYer battery. You know, probably enough for me to hang some pictures on the wall, or when I'm working on something, you know, just at home. And I've got 2 batteries to make it through, but yeah, not probably for the job site at all. And here we go. Let me start with this. The drill. Ah, man. It's nice. It feels solid. Like, if anything, it's too solid. If anything, it's a little on the heavy side. But it's not... There we go. That's plastic, I think. But it's pretty sturdy. Right? Or is it? I don't know. Nah, it's plastic. But it's pretty heavy duty, I think. So, well, let's just see. Let's just see, guys. I'm just curious. So here it is. So how's this work? Only one notch there on the battery. But oh wow, that's pretty bright. Like I can see it on the wall. And yeah, right out of the box. Not too bad, not too bad. So I'm assuming that's gonna shut off on its own there. So let's see. Let's see our impact driver. So I will confess, there, the light just shut off on that. I will confess, I have never owned an impact driver before. I missed that, you know, kind of that when they started selling them in sets and stuff. It was after a time where I already had a drill that I was using around the house, and man, I just never bought one. I'm excited to have this, man. I think, you know, most of the stuff I'm going to be doing besides household projects like hanging pictures and stuff like that is I'm going to work on some stuff. I'm going to work on my car. I have a motorcycle. I have a mower, a riding mower that needs a lot of deferred maintenance. I'll talk about that at the end. And so, man, having an impact driver, I'm probably going to invest in some sockets. I mean, I know it's not the same as the impact wrench. I'm not going to probably be using it to take off lug nuts. Probably. But, you know, for just other things, man, I think I'm going to use this a lot. So I'm excited about it. Feels good. Obviously not as heavy as the drill. Man, the grip feels amazing though. I don't know about you guys, I shoot a little bit, and so how a grip feels is really important. Man, this feels good in the hand. So, well, we have another battery. Let's go ahead and unbag that. And by the way, I'm not avoiding being on camera. In fact, at the end, I will show my face. But just for this kind of unboxing video, you want to see this, not me. So here we go. Ooh. Very nice. I mean, smooth. Where are we here? Also still just one on there. So it came with a little charge. Nice. Oh, I see the little, I don't know if you guys can make that out. A little bit of sparks in there. It is the brushed motor, not the brushless. But I think for me, this is gonna be just fine. So man, I feel pretty good about that. I'm gonna charge up these batteries, and the wife already has a project for me. She wants me to, we bought our daughter a little TV and a wall mount. And so we're gonna go ahead and hang that for her. So, all right, I'm gonna switch camera views here so you can see me. I'll tell you the little story of how I was able to get this, for about 92 bucks. All right, and we're back. As you can see, this is inside, it's not a shop. This doesn't really look like a shot that you would use in a tool video. But again, it's super hot out and my shop isn't quite ready. It's not quite up to snuff yet. So this is the spot. Like most of you during the pandemic, I've had to do a lot of stuff on Zoom and go to meeting and things like that for work and other things. This is my little spot, my little sort of studio area to do that kind of stuff. I'm just using this little Bluetooth microphone right now. I think it's sufficient. Who knows how great it is, but I think you guys should be able to hear me pretty clearly. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the deal that I got on this, and real quick, the kind of the little odyssey, the little adventure I went through trying to find a deal. Because one thing you guys don't know about me, because none of you actually know me, is I'm cheap, guys. I'm cheap. And whenever I say that, a lot of people are like, hey, Judo Sailor, you're not cheap, you're frugal. But guys, I'm not just frugal, I am cheap. I like to squeeze every last penny I can out of stuff. And sometimes I don't feel I necessarily did that in this case, because I could have gotten a cheaper drill and a cheaper impact driver. But in a lot of cases, I will go with lesser quality to get a lesser price. That's cheap. That's not just frugal. So when I saw this, I liked it. I thought it was going to work well. I liked some of the reviews that I saw of it. And I think for me, a DIY guy, it's going to be just fine. In fact, way better or nicer than anything I've ever had, quite honestly. And so I saw that price, $99, down from like $169 or whatever it was. And man, great deal. But I thought to myself, like, man, I still want to get it for less. And $99 isn't good enough. And a little bit, I suppose there's a little bit of a pride, a little bit of an ego issue, because I don't want to pay the same thing everybody else pays. So I came up with a couple of ideas. Now, first I was looking at this at Lowe's. Lowe's had it, of course, for $99. And so I was kind of looking online and looking at some different tips and tricks, and I realized that sometimes you can get open box or slightly damaged items for like an extra 10% off or whatever. And I thought, oh, that's great. So I went in, I found one on the shelf, but the box was just mangled. And so I brought it over to the tool guy and I said, hey, man, this box is really all mangled up. Can I get like a little extra 10% off? And you guys are probably laughing at me. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm super cheap. So you can say I'm cheap in the comments. It's not going to insult me. I am super cheap. And so I said, like, can I get like an extra 10% off on this? And he said, no, we only do that for open box items. But then he said, actually, and I have one of those. We had a customer that just returned it, so I can give you 10% off that. And I almost bid on that. And but I asked him a couple questions and he wasn't able to give me satisfactory answers. I was like, so do you know why the guy returned it? Did he say why he returned it? Because if he got it home and he was like, oh, this isn't
powerful enough, or, oh, I thought this was the brushless, I want the brushless, or something like that. That's one thing. If you got it home, I was like, this doesn't work, it's broken. That's another. And so I wanted to know why. The guy could not tell me why the customer returned it. And so then I asked a second question. I said, did you check it to make sure it runs? And he said, no, I didn't. He said, but everything's still in the bag. Well, I could tell that wasn't true because the charger was actually taped to the outside of the box and wasn't in the bag or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I don't think that's necessarily true. That, and besides which, you can put it back in the bag and back in the box if you use it and it doesn't work. So then I asked the final question, which was kind of the coup de grace. I said, so if I get this home and it doesn't work, can I return it? And the guy said, no, it's as is. And so I thought, man, I'm saving, $10 roughly, but risking 90 to save 10. I was like, that's just not enough. So I passed, but I still wanted more, guys. I still wanted more. So I started looking around and I saw Ace had it. I knew Ace carried Craftsman products, but I didn't look because honestly, they never beat Lowe's. In fact, most of the time, they don't even match Lowe's. Don't get me wrong, I love Ace. I use our local Ace all the time, especially because it's right around the corner. But with stuff like this, they usually don't compete with the bigger box stores. And so I looked, but they did. They had this same set for $99. And so I started looking, as I had for Lowe's as well. I looked for coupon codes online and all that stuff. Could not find anything. And so I did find this though, that they had a rewards program. Lowe's only has that for pros, so it doesn't do me any good. But Ace has a rewards program where you earn points that end up equal. You have to accumulate them till you get a certain amount, and then you get a $5 cash back reward. But it equates to about 2% cash back on your purchases. So 2%. So I could sign up for that, and I would get 2% cash back on this. And then if you downloaded the app, you get a $5 reward coupon. And so I did that as well. Now, I was disappointed to find out that you could not use that $5 reward on a sale item. So I wasn't able to use it on this directly. But as I said, we shop at Lowe's all the time. And so really, it's as good as cash to us. It's not a situation where I'm gonna spend money just to spend the reward. We buy stuff there all the time, so we will get our dollar value out of it. So what did I pay for this? I mean, I still technically paid $99 plus tax, but I got the $5 reward, the 2% cash back, which equates to about $2. So really, $7 off, $99, $92. I mean, it's not some huge savings. It's not like I got it for half as much, but already $99 is a great price, and I got it for an extra $2 off. So those are just kind of some of the things that you can do. Look for open box items, check for rewards programs. None of this is groundbreaking. Don't go into the comments and be like, nothing new here, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe not, but on the other hand, I didn't know it, so maybe it's new to you. And so anyway, I want to keep this brief. I want to keep it short. So there's the unboxing. There's how I got this for a little bit less than normal. And so now I'm going to get to probably the least popular stuff, which is just some updates. So again, I'm Judo Sailor. If you watched my last video, that name is completely ironic because I was sidelined by an injury, so I don't do judo anymore, and I sold my sailboat of 9 years a couple of years ago, so I don't sail anymore. And then lately I've been getting into tools, and I've been getting into working on stuff more. I've always worked on my stuff a little bit. Like on my car, I've changed out an alternator, a starter, a couple of starters actually, radiator, spark plugs, things like that. Nothing amazing, nothing great, but more than a lot of people that don't even know how to change their oil at any rate. And then I got a motorcycle. I have a riding lawnmower that has a ton of deferred maintenance. I need to replace all 4 tires. It needs an oil change. Everything needs to be greased where it takes that. And so, I thought to myself, man, I'm gonna start doing more of that stuff. I've been enjoying it more. And so, I made that video last week, and within 1 week's time, it got more than 200 views. Now, by any YouTube standards, that's probably still pretty pathetic. But that blows away any other video I've ever done. And I mean, there's already a ton of tool channels, but so maybe it was just that I had some news to share with people that got people to watch. But I enjoyed it. It was just fun. So I'll do it a little bit more. Just having fun, not really trying to do anything or say I'm anything I'm not, or make this into some big channel. So if you want to see me, work on that mower, do that deferred maintenance, if you like, I'm totally cleaning up and rearranging my shop. I would love, actually, rather than asking if you would like to see that, I'd love to put it out there and get some advice from you guys. It's a small space, and so I need to utilize it as best as possible. So, I mean, I'd love it if I made a video on that and then you guys all helped me out with like better ways to kind of organize it, and make use of that space. So maybe I'll do that. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to actually subscribe, go ahead, I guess. We'll just see where it goes. I'm just going to be completely kind of organic with this and just let things happen as they happen. Not going to force anything or push anything. So at any rate, yeah, hopefully you liked this. Leave a comment below about whether you think I should even bother doing another video or not. Or, whatever. Just let me know how things are going with you. Definitely let me know if you guys don't know what I'm pointing to over here, but that's where, from this position, that's where the drill combo set is. Let me know if you've got that Craftsman set and what you thought of it, how it's been working for you. That would be great. And if you did enjoy this at all and you want to drop a like, that's cool. Again, we'll see where all this goes. So anyway, I'm Judo Sailor, and I will see you guys later.